an important and serious subject. And what I bring to you today, I hope you will find helpful. What if you are persecuted by others? My key verse is, "Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Matthew 5 and verse 10. If we endure, we also will reign with him. 2 Timothy 2:12. If you cling to your life, you will lose it. But if you give it up for me, you will save it. Matthew 10:39. Words of Jesus. Don't be bewildered or surprised when you go through fiery trials ahead. For this is no strange, unusual thing that is going to happen to you. Instead, be really glad, because these trials will make you partners with Christ in his suffering. And afterwards, you will have the wonderful joy of sharing his glory in that coming day when it will be displayed. 1 Peter 4:12-13. We have a future. Be happy if you are cursed and insulted for being a Christian. For when that happens, the Spirit of God will come upon you with great glory. 1 Peter 4:14. Do not say, "I will repay evil." Wait for the Lord. He will deliver you. Proverbs 20 and verse 22. I've experienced that several times. Forgive and you will be forgiven. Luke 6 and verse 37. If you don't, you get eaten up with bitterness. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Matthew 5 verse 5. I say, love your enemies, pray for those who persecute you. In that way, you'll be acting as a true child of God, your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:44-45. You'll overcome evil with good. You won't be beaten up with rottenness. If your enemies are hungry, give them food to eat. If they are thirsty, give them water to drink. You will keep burning coals of shame on their heads, and the Lord will reward you. Proverbs 25, verse 21-22. The Lord your God fights for you, just as he has promised. Joshua 23, verse 10. You provide delicious food for me in the presence of my enemies. You have welcomed me as your guest. Blessings overflow. Psalm 23 and verse 5. Let all those who rejoice put their trust in you. Let them ever shout for joy, because you defend them. Psalm 5 verse 11. The eternal God is your refuge, and his everlasting arms are under you. He drives out the enemy before you. He cries out, destroy them. Deuteronomy 33 verse 27. Children of Israel experienced that many times. He gives justice to all who are treated unfairly. Psalm 103 verse 6. For the Lord your God is he who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you the victory. Deuteronomy 20 and verse 4. Please be encouraged by these words. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, you preserve my life. You stretched out your hand against the wrath of my enemies, and your right hand delivers me. Psalm 138 and verse 7. He will protect his faithful ones, but the wicked will disappear in darkness. No one will succeed by strength alone. 1 Samuel 2 and verse 9. The Lord your God is in your midst. a mighty one who will save. He will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quit you by his love, or quiet you by his love actually. He will exult over you with loud singing. Zephaniah 3 verse 17. The Lord will defeat your enemies before you. They will march out together against you, but scatter before you in 7 directions. Deuteronomy 28 verse 7. That was a promise to Israel, God's chosen race. If we're born again, we're his chosen people. So God can apply it to us in our lives too. Behold, God will not reject a blameless man, nor take the hand of evildoers. He will yet fill your mouth with laughter, and your lips with shouting. Ha ha! Shouts for joy, of course. Job's 8:20 to 21. The Lord opens the eyes of the blind. The Lord lifts up those who are bowed down. Psalm 146 verse 8. Give your burdens to the Lord, and he will take care of you. He will not permit the godly to slip and fall. Psalm 55 verse 22. For as we share abundantly in Christ's sufferings, so through Christ we share abundantly in comfort too. 2 Corinthians 1 verse 5. We are pressed on every side by troubles, but we are not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We get knocked down, but we are not destroyed. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 8 to 9. I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation. But take heart, I have overcome the world. John 16 verse 33. Put your trust in the Lord. Those who put their trust in the Lord shall not be put to shame. Be blessed.